Meanwhile, Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley is warning of stricter enforcement after some restaurants and bars didn't comply with social distancing requirements over the weekend. Reporter Mariel Carbone has more details. And Mariel, how does he feel the weekend went overall?
Yeah, well, today the mayor and the police chief, they both say that most businesses did comply. Obviously, there were a few issues. We saw that play out on social media with pictures surfacing of packed bars and restaurants. But the city says they did take care of that and that they were able to move past that without giving out any citations to any bar or restaurant owners. Now, here's how they did that. On Saturday, after some of those photos surfaced, a team made up of health officials and law enforcement officers went to businesses in OTR and in the banks to talk to restaurant and bar owners. They answered their questions, discussed any of the issues that they saw and some solutions. And today, health officials say that after doing that, they received no complaints. So they see that as a positive step because from the beginning, they say that it's been stressed that this is a learning curve with the bars and restaurants figuring out how to do this properly. And a spokesperson for the banks echoed that earlier today and told me that the curve is for both restaurant owners as well as for the patrons that go there.
How the consumer is going to behave is a wild card. It's an unknown. So for us to be able to adapt to consumer behavior is going to be important going forward. And as we adapt and learn from others and put in place best practices.
Now, as for Hamilton County as a whole, their health department says that there were only 15 calls regarding complaints for restaurants the entire weekend, and a majority of those were just for minor issues that have been addressed. Now, as the state starts to move into the next phase of this, allowing the indoor dining, they know that there's going to be some more challenges with that. So the city is actually hosting a webinar tomorrow night. That's at 5:30 for any bars and restaurants, the owners there, so that they can learn a little bit more about some of the guidelines they have to follow and what they can do, what proper protocol they have to get the go-ahead from the city to be able to open up for that indoor dining. And again, that's tomorrow night at 5:30. But for now, reporting live from the banks, Mariel Carbone, WCPO 9 News.